What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? You're listening to the Show the Art podcast. We are your boys. My name is Ames. Alongside with me is my main man.
What's up, man?
What's going on, brother?
What's my name?
My man Abe's.
What's my name?
My man Abe. I said Abe's. I put my name and your name together.
Abes and Abes.
Abes and Ames. We did have a show called Ames and Ames.
Yeah.
Abe and Ames show.
Yeah.
But we just kind of...
It converted into, it just amalgamated.
It just amalgamated the shit out of it.
What? How many downloads do we have on that show?
2.
Surprisingly, we had more than we thought.
We
thought we would get 2,
Yeah.
and we got like 20.
Yeah, so we had our whole family. So it just wasn't our moms that downloaded. It was our mom, dad, cousins.
But if you think about it, our hopes were for 2.
Yeah.
And we got 20.
Yeah.
So that's 10 times more than we thought. That's pretty good.
I don't want to be braggadocious, but we're doing big things.
That's it, man.
Yeah. So how was your weekend?
Good. How was yours?
It was dope. Shout out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was dope.
Was that
Quick
dope?
shout out to Fight to Win Pro.
Okay.
They throw down a dope ass event, man. I had a great time. Like, we got there because shout out to Jay, my boy, Jay, who came out with a win on Saturday. But when we got there, man, it's just everything like from what we see on Flow Grappling doesn't do it justice. Like, when you get in there, my one boy was like, "Why is everyone vaping?" Because you get in, it's fogged up, right?
Because you're close to Philly.
No, so it's
Whatever
fogged
that
up.
means.
Yeah, it's fogged up. They put because the lights look really doper inside. When you get there, the DJ was banging. Like, the music was good. Yeah, it was a good time, man. And just watching a bunch of people compete was really fun. So
nice,
shout
man.
out to Fight to Win Pro.
Okay, cool.
Great time, man.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, they put on a great show.
yeah, man, hands down.
Yeah, and I love that they are doing a lot of events, and their structure is to get the fighters money. So more power to them.
Which is dope. I think they said they raised $21,000 for the fighters.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was cool.
So the fighters raised $21,000.
No. The people that bought the tickets. So everyone that kind of
Gotcha.
purchased or whatever helped the fighters out. So that was cool.
That's
During
awesome.
the middle, whoever the MC was kind of broke everything down just to help anyone that wasn't acclimated with jiu-jitsu, kind of.
Okay, so what did he
tell
say?
them what's going down. I forget.
Like, hey, this is grappling with arm bars.
Yeah, this is like submission,
Okay,
and
cool.
this is a time, and then the ref's decision or stuff like that. But it was just
like the rules. So
Yeah,
it was a rules meeting
yeah,
for everybody.
yeah,
Cool.
So that was dope. But just everything about it was really cool, man. I didn't think I was gonna have that much fun.
Nice, man.
Like, shout out to, let me look up. I looked
Look
them
it
up right before I go on. Shout out to
Look
Garrett.
it up while I unplug this phone.
Yeah, please unplug that phone. Shout out to Garrett Laveji. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I have to look him up because he had, when you see someone and you're just like, damn, they have that it factor. You know the stuff that you talk about, like when you walk, like someone walks in the room, like, yo, who is that? Who is that?
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Oh, okay, that took a left turn. Didn't see that one coming. Let me turn the ship right back around. So, so he came out to country music, and if you guys know me, I'm not really big into country music, but I was bobbing my head because like he was energized, like the crowd was kind of into it too. I'm like, okay, Garrett. So he came in there, whoever he was facing off. He came in he took him down, slammed him, and then I think he ended up with some kind of guillotine choke. And he just looked at the crowd right before he tightened it up. He looked at the crowd, smiled. Everyone, once he tapped out, everyone erupted,
snap.
and he did this kind of like Usain Bolt type of like arrow. It was just dope.
Nice.
Like,
Hold on, did he hit a Peruvian necktie?
It could have been.
I'm pretty sure I just saw a clip of him doing it like online this morning.
Did he have like a United States
something?
Shorts?
All I remember seeing was him looking up at the camera and saying some shit, and then like with 1,000% commitment jumping into this Peruvian necktie and submitting this guy.
It could have been because it was so on the other corner. I just saw him like he got him with a takedown, a slam. They scrambled. He got the choke, and then I'm telling you, the crowd was like
bananas,
nice. Man.
Yeah,
because he just put on a show.
Awesome,
man.
That's great.
So that was really dope. Another one too.
Sounds like a day in my life, but it's still great.
Absolutely not. Total opposite of what your day is like. So the main event. Talk about tension, just like how nervous everyone. It was Zhao Assis versus Tom the Blast.
Okay.
The whole time you could hear it's like loud music bumping, people are talking, crazy. Once they went up, you could hear a pin drop.
Really?
You know, like when they talk about like in Pride or in Japan, like no one's talking and you just see the fighters, everyone just watching, and then you clap. Yeah, that's all. I was like, man, this is the closest thing I'll get to Japan because no one was talking. It was so loud. I didn't realize everyone stopped talking, but I could hear Gary Tonin just talking.
You could say
coaching
Tonin.
him, yeah. You could hear him coaching up. I'm like, man, I'm so in the zone. I could hear him. I'm like, wait, no. I could hear him because no one else is talking. And then it was me, Joel, and my boy Chad. We're just talking. We're like,
Joel Ortiz?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Your
Get
boys
him.
holy crap.
No big deal.
Hold on. Are you about to sign with Slaughterhouse?
A day in the life of Ames. Man.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're there. We're just like, yo, it is quiet.
That's pretty cool.
As hell. So it was dope, man. So
nice. Awesome.
Great event.
So tell the
real
people
glad.
who won. I didn't see the match.
Zhao Cease won. I think through ref decision. So
cool. And
yeah.
it was a nice back and forth match.
It was good back and forth. You could
laid on it thick.
He had like I think an ankle or some kind of what do you call it?
Those hand movements. I don't know what those mean. He had
heel hook. It's some kind of heel hook, but he just stared at him. Tom DeBlass just stared at him and smiled. I'm like, oh, he just might have really good ankle mobility or something. Because
when Tom DeBlass was on this show, he was saying that he just has like abnormally thick like ankles and legs and stuff like that. So he's like, I'm just super abnormal when it comes to those things, and he can resist
because
pretty much anything.
It looked tight. I'm like, wow. I thought it was gonna snap, but he looked at him and smiled. The crowd was just laughing.
Damn.
Yeah. So good. It was
awesome,
good.
man.
It was good back and forth. I think he was just sitting in butterfly guard the whole time, trying to get a Kimura, all that good stuff.
Hey, shout out to Fight to Win Pro.
Yeah, man, dope. I would
things.
definitely want to go to as many events of Fight to Win Pro. So
awesome, man.
Yeah, man. How about your weekend? Anything?
My
Anything as dope as mine?
Probably not. Just Home Depot.
Yeah. Nothing crazy.
Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah.
We didn't have time for Lowe's, but
okay. How about this? Did you watch Game of Thrones?
I'm joking. We did none of those things. Saturday we filmed David Porter.
Okay. How was that?
Excellent.
Nice.
So we're gonna come out with a full album, technique album of David Porter. It's gonna be on our site. For an extra charge, of course.
Yeah.
Just like people do DVDs, but nobody buys DVDs anymore.
No
so it's going to be available for digital download
Dope.
within a couple months. And then we had him for a seminar. Just want to give him a shout out, David Porter, Pedro Sauer black belt, high level competitor. He's competing in our Finishers 4 tournament, August 26th. Absolute division.
We got some heavy hitters.
The guy is excellent. He's an excellent teacher. Very articulate, very respectful, and he just knows how to coach.
Dope.
He just knows how to run a great seminar. So shout out to him. Shout out to our tournament, August 26th. Tune in. It's going to be live on YouTube, xshowtheartx. That's the YouTube /. Yeah.
Dope.
Check it out. Finishers 4. Boom.
It's going to be a good one.
What were you saying? What were you asking me before I told you about my excellent weekend?
Before.
And yes, I did watch UFC Saturday night.
Oh, how was that?
It was good.
Okay, I totally missed it because
you're
I'm a douchebag.
No, didn't you go to Fight to Win Pro that
that's
night?
exactly why I missed it. But yeah, so can you break it down? Anything worth talking about? Let's put it that way.
Break it down. Okay, some standout fights. Let's see. Damn, I forgot who fought.
So no standout.
I know who fought in the main event. I'm trying to think of the other fights. Yeah. Right off the bat, Rashad Evans versus Sam Alvey.
Oh, who won?
Sam Alvey won.
Damn. Oh, snooze fest?
Kinda. You know what? It wasn't a snooze fest. It was more like
a snooze
Sam
fest.
Alvey trying to get a hold of Rashad, right? But being unsure and hesitant because Rashad is a great wrestler and Rashad has knocked many of people out. And then the other side was Rashad really trying to wrestle, like too much, too obvious. So obvious that he wasn't landing any takedowns and he was fence fighting.
Wow.
And then every time there was a striking engagement that was not initiated by Rashad, Rashad looked like an amateur.
Really?
And then, a couple times Rashad would hit the Rashad 2.0, I call it.
Okay.
That's when he came back and looked like an animal.
Like crispy as hell.
Yeah, right before he lost to John Jones.
Yeah.
But he would when Rashad would initiate some strikes, it looked clean, it looked really good, but it was like a a one-shot kind of deal. But then every time there was exchanges, Rashad just looked uncomfortable. He looked like he was very afraid to get hit.
That's very surprising, especially because now he's with Mark Henry, isn't he? He's training over here in New Jersey.
Yeah, I think he's mixing his training in. Yeah. But I believe, man, he's just out of it. You know, he lost the funk. He needs to get that confidence back. That's what I'm saying.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, could he be overthinking things too much? Because it's been, I don't know how, it's been a while since he's last won, right?
Yeah,
it's been a minute.
Exactly. So it's all those things plus, you know, your chin.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to get knocked out. He felt probably he's been getting knocked out too easily. So you know, it was all those things. I feel bad because he could have easily actually won that fight.
Okay,
it was actually a close fight. And you know, he didn't get the nod, and I felt bad. But you know, hopefully this is another learning experience for him. And Rashad is one of those guys that, you know, he fought a guy who's never came close to a title shot. Rashad was a champion.
Exactly. Yeah.
So all he needs is that like light to turn
that
on.
Confidence back. He just needs to get that confidence back. But it's tough, man. Regardless if he retires now or keeps losing, he still had a great career, winning Ultimate Fighter, winning the light heavyweight championship. Like the matches that he had were really good. So shout out to him. I hope he comes back.
I believe that's not the end of him because he didn't look bad.
Yeah,
I mean he didn't look great. Yeah, he looked a little bad.
He looked trigger shy.
He looked trigger shy. He looked like Anderson Silva versus Michael Bisping.
Gotcha.
Remember, Anderson was just like trigger shy.
Yeah,
he would get Bisping like hopped up.
Yeah,
and then all he needed to do was like follow up, and he didn't. And he was waiting for the moment, and the moment never came. So that's how Rashad looked.
Okay.
So I think Rashad's coming back. I hope
so, man.
I think he just needs that light to turn on. He needs to just get ruthless and bite down on the mouthpiece. Not be reckless, but say, F it.
Yeah.
If I get knocked out, so be it. But I'm going to try to hurt this guy. I'm going to really try to impose my will.
Play my game.
Yeah. And I'm not going to just be scared. I'm not going to fight scared. So
gotcha. Yeah.
Not to take words out of his mouth as if he was scared, but he was very hesitant.
From what you watch,
From
that's
what
you.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
How about any other? How was the main event? The Pettis. Who was he facing?
It was Sergio Pettis. I'm looking up the main event now.
Okay.
I mean, not the main event. The other fights, because there was another fight right before that was actually pretty good. But yeah, the main event was Sergio Pettis versus Brandon Moreno.
Okay.
Pretty good fight.
Okay.
Pretty good fight. I'm not gonna lie.
Who came out victorious?
I wouldn't lie to you.
Okay.
Sergio Pettis won.
Brandon Moreno. He's the one that he upset. Who did he upset?
He upset
Hawaiian dude.
He was Smolka.
Yeah.
And he hit him with that Marcelo team.
Yeah.
Alan Joban fought Nico Price.
Okay, how was that fight?
Oh my god.
Yeah, fireworks.
Dude,
or someone got lit up.
Alan got knocked.
Oh really?
Out in like a minute.
Wow.
Nico Price
is real.
I saw one of his fights before, but
I guess the price is right.
That was actually pretty good, though.
I know. I'm surprised you laughed.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good.
Usually you won't give that to me.
And it caught me off guard, but it works. That's one of those cliches that work.
Yeah.
No, I remember him. You might have seen him. He's jacked.
Okay.
But for some reason, like his shoulders, it looks like he has shoulder pads. Like at the end, there's like this tip right here. That's weird. It's just genetics.
Okay.
It's not weird, but it's just not smooth.
It's different.
Yeah, it looks like he's got the Rocky Mountains on his shoulder. Anyway, he
lit him up.
He lit him up. Poor Alan Jaban.
Yeah.
You hate to see anybody get hit with a shot like that.
What did he catch him with? You remember?
I don't remember the exact strike.
He just went to sleep.
He hit him with the one-hitter quitter, man.
Oh shit.
The ref even stopped it. Like you could tell the ref stopped it early.
Yeah, because he knew.
But then when Alan Joban got up, it was like, whoa.
Yeah, so it was a smart stop.
Perfect. And Alan Joban was like, you're right.
Yeah.
The next fight, that's the one I was thinking of. Randa Marcos versus Alexa Grosso.
Okay.
Grasso. Really good fight. Excellent fight. Back and forth. Grasso wins it. But if you want to watch a technical fight with a lot of back and forths, ups and downs, this person's winning this moment, this person's winning that moment, like a true good fight. Okay. That was a really good fight.
Nice.
And then the final fight, the main event, was Sergio Pettis versus
Brandon Moreno.
Brandon Moreno is very, in my opinion, he's very green.
Yeah.
He's still new, man. And not that he got lucky against Smolka, because that guillotine was tight. But it was a moment that helped him.
Yeah.
But
Still needs some polishing.
He wasn't ready for Sergio Pettis.
Yeah.
And he wasn't ready for the elite, and I want to say this right now, elite striking from Sergio Pettis.
Okay. So
He's very young. They're both very young. Hold on. They're both probably like 23, 24.
Okay.
But his striking is elite.
Oh, shit.
And it's only going to get better.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't ready for it. So the first round comes out, some nice exchanges, and then Sergio slips up somehow. I forget if it was a literal slip or something, but Moreno ends up taking his back.
Oh,
now,
shit.
Moreno's riding his back.
Okay.
For 3.5, 4 minutes of the first round, and you're like, holy crap, this dude's about to do it to Sergio Pettis.
Yeah.
Sergio just kind of does his defense, breaks everything, stops all the attacks, and then the round's ending.
Okay.
And then in my head, I'm like Sergio Pettis, after the round ended, he popped right back up, went right to his corner,
Okay.
and then in the corner, you see him like perfectly fine.
Okay.
His coaches, Duke Rufus,
knows
and
what he's doing.
they're just telling him exactly what's going on. He's like, all right, okay. And right from that moment, I'm like, this dude's not losing a round.
Oh shit.
This dude's gonna light him up. He's not gonna get. That was luck.
Okay.
Every round after that, just Sergio Pettis on the stand-up tip, bomb, bomb. Look crisp, clean, beautiful striking.
Nice.
A beautiful striking display from Sergio Pettis. It was it showed you the difference between elite striking and like
greener pastures.
good striking. Moreno's got some good weapons.
You can tell too, like when you see him fight, like he's skilled, but he just seems like he just needs some polishing to do. Yeah.
Yes, a lot of polishing.
Even before like you're gonna say anything, I forgot who his last fight was against. I'm like, he's still green.
Yeah.
Still needs some work to do. Not saying he got lucky against loose Smoka, but it just still like some things, weaknesses that you got to improve on.
That's a good win, but don't let it jump you ahead.
Yeah.
Stay where you are.
Yeah, UFC shouldn't let them. Yeah. So
well
we
UFC
found out.
does whatever they want. Yeah.
They like to do that. They like to pit like a possible like a home run hitter that they might have in hands against someone like.
Well, this was actually a good fight for both.
True.
Because Brandon Moreno's stock increased by beating Smolka.
True.
Smolka should be fighting Pettis right now.
Yeah.
If Smolka didn't lose that fight.
Yeah.
And Pettis was supposed to fight Henry Cejudo.
Oh, yeah.
And that would have been obviously for a title shot. But Cejudo got injured.
Okay.
So this was his replacement. So it's like up-and-comer.
Yeah. Let's see who comes out.
Yeah.
Where does this leave Pettis now? What's next?
Pettis is easily the number one contender, but I can easily see him fighting someone else before
just one
because
more.
he's not ready for Demetrius Johnson.
No.
And he knows it.
Okay, good.
Because he's a smart kid. He has smart people
Still
around
young.
him.
Yeah.
He knows it. So
And you called it too. This is, I think, maybe we've been doing. How long have we been doing podcasts? Like 2 years. You've been calling like you thought he was gonna be elite.
Yeah,
like
man.
you could see it, like his hands, like how he was growing.
Dude, his hands.
So props
his
to you
feet.
for you saw that.
Thanks,
you saw
man.
that one coming.
Yeah, I mean it's not hard. You just have to watch a couple of clips of him.
Sure.
But you could tell like elite striking is coming. I mean, you already saw it.
Yeah.
Sunday night.
Especially when you're coming from a camp, Duke Rufus.
Yeah,
Rufus
and
Sports.
your older brother is a former world champion in Anthony Pettis.
Yeah.
But
both with different styles.
Yeah, and I think they were going back and forth with Greg Jackson's camp.
Oh, okay.
I know they've been training with
So Winklejohn.
Israel Martinez.
Okay.
Izzy style wrestling. And Izzy, he produces really good people. He trains with the best. So, dude, I can't stress it enough. His striking was amazing.
Wow.
And I want people to look at that fight and see where MMA striking can be. Because we get flashes of it from time to time.
Okay.
But it's possible for many people to look the way Sergio looked. Because it wasn't like crazy like Anderson Silva, Forrest Griffin.
Yeah.
It was just like very technical. Not like throwing sloppy shit.
Gotcha.
Hands were in the right places. Hands were up. I mean, his defense was on point. He looked very aware at all times. Staying in the pocket, but not being reckless. Everything that you want in a striker.
Okay.
But at the same time, you could tell a bunch of times he was throwing fight-ending strikes.
Shit.
Like full commitment. He didn't end the fight with those strikes.
But he could have.
But he was trying to. You could tell. So, shout out to Sergio Pettis. Up-and-comer. I mean, Ray Borg is fighting Demetrius Johnson next.
Yeah.
And that's going to be probably Demetrius Johnson's fight if I had to make a lucky guess.
Yeah.
But I can
Not so lucky.
Yeah. I can easily see, because that fight's not happening until September, I believe.
What fight is next? What fight card is next? That's exciting.
Nothing in August,
There's
I think.
nothing,
I think it's just the McGregor fight.
Yeah, damn.
I think they They had an event in middle August, and then they canceled it, probably to make room for the
they probably
McGregor
want
fight.
like to freaking get us like hungry.
I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Plus,
Smart.
it's like, hey, a month off. Let's call it a day.
Yeah.
So, it's actually good. You get a month off of buying pay-per-views.
And this is what it
like
used to be like. Do you remember that? We used to have like maybe a month or a month and a half, 2 months where we get like a little layoff before we get the next event, which was awesome. Because now just something not as much, but before it just felt like oversaturated, like card after card. After, you just get numb to it. You don't really get excited as much. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. And it's especially since MMA has no seasons.
Yeah.
Whereas NBA, it's like, all right, you're watching game after game every night.
Yep.
For 8 months.
Yeah, 6 to 8 months.
6 to 8 months, and then it's like gone for 4 months, so you get hungry again. But MMA, especially UFC, they produce so much. But
just like
thankfully,
wrestling. Like just like the WWE. That's why like WWE and UFC just so alike. Like there's no off season. Like they're just fighting.
I saw a clip of Brock Lesnar today.
Oh, did you?
Is he still fighting?
Yeah, he's a Universal champion.
What's
now.
that?
He fucking owns the universe, baby.
No, seriously,
Is
that a new thing?
He's the heavyweight. There's a heavyweight champion in SmackDown and in Raw. So for Raw, the brand that he's under, it's a Universal Championship. The other one's like the heavyweight. Yeah.
So if you win both, you're not the undisputed champion anymore. You're the Universal champion. You know, it makes sense because like Universal champion, Universal Studios is like animation, like fake TV, like cartoons and stuff, like movies, like all fake stuff. Like
it's exactly
like a play for
exactly
show.
what you're saying, but not fake. So it's just like he just owns the universe. Like he's gonna own John Joe.
Let's talk about that part.
Let's not. You think it's gonna happen? It's gonna happen. You know what? Let me speak on this real quick. It's kind of weird now. What this kind of opened up a can of worms because now there's like a bunch of stuff that's kind of like ridiculous. Like Stipe is challenging who's it? Anthony Joshua, the heavyweight championship. I'm like, yo, that's a tough. That's a tough pill to swallow.
Have
man.
you ever seen Anthony Joshua?
He is a monster.
Statuesque body.
He is an Adonis.
Yeah,
a British Adonis, man. He is a monster. Like I know Stipe's nasty here, but boxing.
Yeah.
I know he used to box too, right? I think Golden Glove.
Yeah.
He used to box, but Anthony Joshua.
No, dude, you can box your ass off amateur.
Yeah.
You could be 15-0, 16-0 amateur. Golden Gloves champ, amateur. Professional fighting is completely different.
It's different, man.
It's 100% different.
Yeah.
Especially once you get to like 10 professional fights and you're fighting those type of people.
Like the elite of the elite. There's no way, man.
Yeah.
Like I see what you're trying to do, trying to get that money, but good luck with fighting him, man. There's another one that's trying to like mix it up. Like it's causing a whole bunch of like a blurred line. Like John Jones wants to go to like WWE. You hear things stuff like that, like or Cyborg against another someone from WWE.
What's the dude that just got knocked out by Uzdemir?
Oh shoot!
One punch, one kill. That dude.
That's gonna bother me.
How are we forgetting?
How
his
are we
name?
blanking out?
One punch, one kill.
Him.
What's his name? How did we forget this guy's name? He trains with Gustafsson.
I don't want to look it up right now because it's gonna bother me. But I'm gonna look it up.
Everybody's listening, like you idiot,
dumb shit.
How did you guys forget this guy's name?
You punk ass.
He's number 3 on the contender list.
Where is he? Fight card. Let me see. Joshua Berkman. Just keep talking.
He's a light heavyweight.
Yeah. It's also. Nope.
One punch, one kill.
Where are you?
But he challenged Jimmy Manoa.
Damn.
There he
I wasn't
go.
even close. I was thinking it was like it's with a B.
Yeah.
It's with a B.
Is it Baloney?
But Jimmy wants a piece of who now?
Some dude, guy. He keeps calling out to fight a professional boxing fight with.
It's getting blurry, man. Yeah. This is turning more into entertainment.
Well, I'll tell you what. After getting knocked out, no offense to him, but after getting knocked out, you ain't getting no boxing fight.
Yeah, no. You can't ask for a fight when you lost.
Well, he's been asking for the fight and he's been winning. But
True.
He just lost like two weeks ago.
Yeah, you ain't getting a fight after a loss, man.
And he lost on the night of John Jones DC too.
It still hurts a little bit,
dude. That if he won, that would have been the next fight. Like they set that whole thing up.
Yeah. Who's next for John Jones?
Probably the guy who beat Jimmy
Gustafson?
Manuwa, Oezdemir.
Oezdemir?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that. Well, you know what? I count him
Oezdemir
out.
smoked Jimmy Manuwa.
I can't count Oezdemir out.
Dude, he smoked Jimmy Manuwa.
He's a smoke show on
Yeah.
a different kind of level.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the next fight. It's not one that riles people up because we
Yeah.
don't really know that guy
Yeah.
yet. But hey, a fight.
They
to
could
fight.
sell it.
I
It's
think.
just like Gustafson.
Yeah.
No one was really excited about Gustafson, and then you saw that match. You're like, oh my goodness.
So speaking of Gustafson,
yeah,
Gustafson. That's probably the next fight for John Jones because Gustafson's coming off of a win against an impressive win against Glover Teixeira, and people were like throwing up in the air. It's either Gustafson or Jimmy Manuwa, and since they train at the same team, and they'll never fight each other, it was up in the air.
Yeah.
And then they were waiting to see if the results of DC Cormier.
Yeah.
I mean DC John Jones. If DC won, immediate rematch,
Mhm.
third fight. So now that the dust is cleared, John Jones won, Cormier lost, Jimmy Manuwa lost, Gustafson's fighting next.
Knowing them, if they're trying to sell tickets, it's probably gonna be Gustafson.
Yeah.
Just because what they came off, like
Sure.
such a great fight. You're gonna sell more tickets than you're gonna sell with Oezdemir.
Plus, you give Oezdemir another chance to build his name, and you put maybe Oezdemir on the next card with that fight.
Yeah. You know who?
And you give him like a spot on like the UFC countdown, so people get to know.
That's
him.
exact. I see Oezdemir right now as a heavyweight version of Francis Ngannou. Like heavy hitter, just
Light
give him
heavyweight,
just give him one more or whatever before we.
Isn't
give
Francis Ngannou fighting?
No, Junior
Dos Santos.
Oh my God, Junior, please stay alive.
Junior, we pray for
I know.
you.
I really like Junior, man, but
Yeah.
that guy's a freaking nature, man.
Yeah. Did you see? You know how big Conor is, right? Did you see the picture of Conor standing next to Ngannou?
No, I didn't.
And they're both like, well, Conor's like shirtless, but Conor looks like a baby. And Conor's like a big guy. He's like 170.
Yeah.
Thick everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, he trains.
He's not a small guy.
Ngannou makes him look like his son.
He sunned him.
Dude, Ngannou's a big
He's
guy.
a big boy, man.
Really
So,
big guy.
Junior, please. I don't know who. Like, I want to see Ngannou win because I want to see like a new reign, whatever. But I just don't want to see Junior die.
Me too.
I really don't.
Well, if Ngannou, the thing is, UFC, it's pretty obvious. UFC is really pushing for Ngannou right now. Because, you know, he has it all. The looks, he's got the talk, he's got the accent.
He's got the hands.
He's got the knockout power. So he's a really big guy in the heavyweight division. Like, you like that stature, you like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So UFC is really pushing for him. But I can see them, if he wins this fight.
One more.
If you beat Junior, you beat a world champion. So you can get the next title shot against Stipe. And maybe that's what the UFC is waiting for, somebody to uprise. Because Stipe just defended his title. Mm-hmm. But I can easily see Ngannou getting one more fight if he beats Junior. I can easily see them setting up the Ngannou versus Derek Lewis fight that was kind of rumbling.
Yeah.
And if you don't do that fight now, you might not ever get a chance.
Yeah. Didn't Derek Lewis retire?
He lost, and then he retired, but then he unretired.
Okay.
He was just kind of like...
He was just in the moment. He was caught in the moment.
Yeah.
Question, when does Cain Velasquez come back?
Answer, no one knows.
Damn, man.
Yeah. Hopefully, it seems like he's training. He seems like he's healthy. Most likely, if I had to guess, and this is with me knowing nothing, November Madison Square Garden card on the undercard because
he needs to come back, man. He is such a fighter that I don't think we appreciate enough.
Yeah, I could see him coming back fighting Overeem.
Oh, I'd watch that. I'd watch any heavyweight fight because the heavyweight division is stacked right now.
Now, who do you think they're gonna have on that November UFC Madison Square Garden card?
They're gonna have a bunch of heavy hitters. They have to get a bunch of heavy hitters.
Yeah,
maybe.
Like, do you think they're gonna do a quick turnaround and get Conor on that?
I was gonna say either Conor or not even a fight, but they gotta get a few more championships because it's MSG.
Yeah. Like, who's the other one I was thinking? Oh, most likely Bisping versus GSP.
Yeah,
but do you do that?
Yeah.
Do you do GSP and Conor on one card? Because that's kind of like...
Oh, that's a waste.
It's a waste.
No, Conor would definitely headline it. If he's not, I don't think he's gonna be on that. So
it doesn't make sense to put them both on a card.
No, because That's already you're selling. Your, yeah.
And this GSP's comeback fight, this pay-per-view with GSP,
it's gonna sell on its own.
It's gonna sell like almost 2 million.
That would probably be the main event. That should be the main event. Give Conor another one. He already main evented.
Yeah.
MSG.
Plus August. He fights end of August, so that's September. That's only a month and a half for him to train for an MMA.
He'll
fight.
probably take like maybe
a Vegas fight in December or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He needs at least 3 to 4 months.
And if he wins, we won't see him for forever.
Yeah.
He's probably never
ever again.
Yeah. Or you know what? If he wins, I can see him. Like, why not?
Yeah.
I could see him fight, maybe taking a year off.
Yeah.
But, like, just because he wins and he makes a lot of money doesn't mean he's already making a lot of money.
How about I think if he puts on a bad show, his turnaround's going to be a lot faster.
True.
Because he's going to have to take that taste away.
Yeah, he's that guy.
Yeah, he's that guy. Yeah. He is entertaining. He is down for a fight. Like him just moving up to face Nate Diaz at a heavyweight.
And you know what? I was like... when that happened, I was really salty about it because I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
I was still salty about the
Yeah.
Aldo not getting the rematch, but Conor gets an immediate rematch, and it wasn't even for a title. But when you think about it, like, this is, 2 years removed or something? Like, the guy really, really wanted that win back.
Yeah.
And he worked hard for it. All the props to him.
Yeah.
All the props to him.
Yeah.
Now, let's stay on that subject. Not about the fight, because I know who's going to win.
Okay.
Floyd all day, of course.
Yes.
But... the Conor Paulie Malignaggi saga. Have you been following it?
I haven't been following. All I know. There's the things I know. I know that Paulie's saying that he tripped or he fell. They took a picture of him and posted it.
It was a push.
He said he was whooping his ass. That's why he wants them to show the film because they recorded everything. That's all I know because I'm like, this is definitely just more media.
Yeah,
attention.
Paulie was on the MMA Hour Monday night.
Okay.
Excuse me. And he broke it down.
Oh, did he?
The whole thing. He didn't give away any fight tactics.
Okay.
But he broke down his whole experience.
Shit.
And just to make a long story short, he said they flew him in, coach.
Yeah.
He's like, I fly. This guy can afford anything. I fly business everywhere. This guy flew me in, coach. But I was like, all right, whatever. They gave me a price. I didn't negotiate. I'm like, all right, whatever. Because he's thinking, I want them to see that, like, we were talking crap about each other because I was trying to get that fight before Floyd. But now I'm retired, and now I want to show you guys that I'm part of Team McGregor.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help you guys out. I'm not here for any other reason but to help you out.
Yeah.
You know? To give you that comfortability. So he didn't negotiate prices. He didn't say anything about about that coach seat. It's like Brooklyn to Vegas. It's not that expensive to get a business class. And to fly him coach, no offense, but that's kind of grimy.
You're making a lot of money. You're throwing bills.
Yeah. It's not like you had a regular person, like a person no one knows. This guy's kind of like...
It's true.
So...
Yeah. And then what happens?
So he flies there, bus picks him up or whatever, probably a Uber or Lyft.
Okay.
Picks him up. He gets to the house. It's a rented house, right? I guess a rented house. And he describes it as ratty, as shitty. He makes fun of it and says it reminds him of a crack house. And he said the paint wasn't even painted all over the walls. And this is where a lot of the sparring partners were staying.
All right, then.
So they rented a house, and a lot of sparring partners were staying there, including Paulie. So now Paulie, top boxing fighter.
Yeah.
One of the top draws in boxing, and of the last 5 years. This guy's and a quote unquote celebrity.
Yeah.
Whatever list you want to call him, he's a celebrity. People know him.
Yeah.
This guy's flying coach and staying
at the
some
Holiday
house.
Inn. He's at the Holiday Inn.
He's at the Holiday Inn, and this guy could have easily put his own cash down and said, "No, I'll stay at the Holiday Inn Express or something.
I know.
Be a lot better." So then
I'll stay at La Quinta.
Yeah. So then I'm sure you heard most of it, but he said they asked him to spar like 8 rounds the next day.
Okay.
And, even though it's jet lag, so he spars and Paulie didn't want people filming, but they filmed or not filmed, took pictures.
Yeah.
And then like all the little things. He describes Conor as a dirtbag. He describes him as someone who doesn't care about the people he brings as his sparring partners. It's just a weird story.
Yeah, that's
and he says a lot.
That's the first time we're getting some dirt on McGregor's name because before this, he's an entertainer and he's a dirtbag on the mic, but all I heard were good things about him.
Yeah, personally, yeah.
Yeah.
And Paulie even makes a mention. He's like, honestly, like Paulie comes from the background of what you expect. He grew up in Brooklyn, not so great neighborhood. I mean, he was an immigrant family.
Yeah.
He came overseas. If you know him or know his brother, or you watch the documentary of him, you know that his dad left him pretty much.
Okay, yeah.
And he went through some hard times. This guy grew up poor, made a name for himself, became a professional athlete, did very well, became a millionaire.
Yep.
He made it. And he's humble,
Mm-hmm.
right? He gets it.
Yeah.
Because he grew up poor. So he made the comparison. He's like, I don't understand how somebody who was just poor 5 years ago, 6 years ago, so, not so pretty recently, is such a clown with money and like a dirtbag. That's what he says. I'm quoting him. And he says, I don't even trust the stories that he grew up like that. Because if I were in his shoes, which I was, I was way more humbler about money. I understand where he's coming from. Yeah. He's like, this guy turned into such a
D-bag.
like a Hollywood diva.
You could see it.
Yeah. He's like, they got us in this rented crack house.
Yeah.
And this guy rents a lime green Lamborghini at the same day. It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. That Lamborghini, to rent the Lamborghini probably costs more to rent that house.
That's true. You probably could have rented like 10 of those houses with that purple Lamborghini.
Or put everybody in a hotel, like a nice hotel.
Yeah, give them some rooms.
Put everybody in the Hyatt.
Yeah.
It's not that expensive.
Come on now. Give them a little Ritz.
Or the Ritz.
The Flamingo.
Yeah. I mean, they're in Vegas. Put them up in any one of those.
Put them on the strip.
Put them on the strip,
be nice.
man.
You're guapping right now.
Yeah.
You're making so much money. But yeah, so I wonder if their camp is Connor's camp is gonna come back, because that's a lot of dirt on his name. So it's the first time hearing it too. So
yeah, I mean, if you guys can go listen to that on Ariel Helwani show, the MMA Hour.
Awesome, man.
Really good episode.
Always good episodes from him.
Yeah. Oh man, my back. Yeah.
Anything else with that? I think you
no,
got.
I'm done with.
You got some filmings to do.
Yeah. What about you?
Take care of my son.
Oh, cool.
It's 12 o'clock and the party just don't stop. All right, guys. That is it for today. We really hope you guys did enjoy the show. And if you did, please like, share, subscribe, and rate us.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us what you think.
On iTunes.
Let us know how you feel on iTunes, man.
And guys, please, por favor.
Por favor.
Leave a review, preferably a good review on iTunes.
Yeah.
And, put that 5-star rating. Because those things help, man. Those things help us get sponsorships and allow us to buy equipment and pay for everything each month. And
put some good stuff in.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It goes a long way. So, on that note.
We ain't millionaires.
The total opposite.
We're not make us millionaires.
Hey,
people,
we're not even thousandaires. We out. Peace.